video. Um, Welcome. I'm going to be showing you the deck profile I used for my previous video. Essentially, it's all about this card right here, Heart of the Underdog. What this card allows you to do is when you show a normal monster during your draw phase, you draw another card. And if you show another normal monster, you draw another card, and so on and so forth. So what the deck is built to do, because as you can see, I have almost 30 normal monsters in this deck. Well, okay, I have 29 monsters, and 28 of those are normal monsters, and then I have one effect monster being the head of Exodia. These pendulum cards actually count as normal monsters because they're normal pendulums. Um, so what I do is it's an offensive build where I have pendulums that can pendulum summon, and I can keep on the offense and the defense if I need to. I got the two biggest normal monsters I could get with 6 stars, so that I got a little bit of beef in there if I need it. This card right here is used. I tribute 2 normal monsters, and my opponent cannot normal or special summon effect monsters. That counts for a lot of synchros and a lot of XYZs because they all have abilities, which makes them effect monsters. They can, however, set effect monsters, but usually you don't want to do that because the effects won't go off. So I put 2 of these in there just for a little bit of make sure I'm not getting outdone by effects in that. I got a jar of Avarice in there for recycle in case Exodia's head ends up in the graveyard. I can throw it back into my deck. I got 2 of these currently running in the deck. I had 3. I decided 3 was a little bit too much. And then what this does is I target 2 normal monsters in my graveyard and add them to my hand. So say I had to drop 2 of these earlier in the game and they're in my graveyard now. Throw this down, add them to my hand, instant win if I have the other 3 in my hand. This allows me to draw when one of my monsters gets killed. Don't really need it that often, but occasionally when I'm on the defensive, it's nice to have. Card Trader's good for just swapping out cards that I don't need for cards I do need. This is really good in tandem with Heart of the Underdog, because what this does is I pay 5 cards, I draw 2 cards, then during my draw phase, from there on out, I draw 2 cards instead of 1. So that gives me twice as much chance of drawing a normal monster to combo with this. And what I want this deck to do, but what it doesn't always do, is I want it to have 1 to 2 Heart of the Underdogs out, and then shows normal monster, shows normal monster, shows normal monster. You know, just keep showing until I have the entire Exodia in my hand. That hasn't happened because eventually I run into, Jar of Avarice or the head of Exodia or something like that that stops the chain. But it's not entirely impossible because I don't actually have that much. Then as far as my side deck goes, I'm just running a couple copies extra of some of the cards I'm using in my main deck, and then I'm using these. These are essentially Monster Reborns for Pendulums. Special summon 1 face-up Pendulum monster from your extra deck or graveyard. That's pretty nice considering most of my deck is Pendulum, you know what I mean? That's pretty much it. If you guys want to use this deck or whatever, feel free. I will hover over all the cards so that you can get the names if you don't know the names of them. And I appreciate you watching. And please tune in for my next video. If you would like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate that. This is only my second video. I can also suggest that adding XYZ monsters wouldn't be a terrible idea. I just haven't got around to doing that yet. Thank you for watching, and tune in next time.